title, Gray is the New Black and White.
Let's welcome Renee with Gray is the New Black and White.
Thank you. Gray is the new black and white. Black, white, shades of gray. I thought about that many times in the last few months, even couple of years, as I have watched the dysfunction in the government and the fighting and the increasing rhetoric on both sides, right and left, in the media. And I was concerned, I am concerned for our country, for us as people, because we are seeing these fights affecting us and affecting the ability of our government to govern. It's affecting the ability of ourselves to form opinions, because we are bombarded by the black and white thinking from both sides. So, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, I would like to speak today about the importance of not being black and white, but the importance of being or considering all issues, the importance of being somewhere in the middle or somewhere along between the black and white, which is where most issues finally end up, most contentious issues finally end up. I grew up.
It's not gonna blow up, don't worry about it.
I grew up in Czech Republic, and most of you know, under socialist communist system influenced by Russia. And it occurred to me lately that some degree of compromise or common denominator can be found almost anywhere, including the socialist and the capitalist system under which we live. It occurred to me that when I was growing up, the prescription for success, as limited as that success might have been in those days, was to simply get along and to pretend to like what was going on. We didn't, of course. I am a political refugee. We were forced out of the country. But my cousin now owns a successful business because he did. It occurred to me that in my 40 years in this country of reasonably successful business career, with large as well as smaller businesses, I was also presented with the issue of getting along, being politically positive and politically inclined to accept the corporate strategy of team effort and individual profit. Somebody said before that that is the most wonderful invention of corporation. The corporation is a wonderful invention for a team effort and individual profit. So, bottom line, there is a certain denominator teaches us to get along. Yes, we left because the system was doomed to failure. On the other hand, some of the very basics, such as making the most of what we are dealing with, remain until today. Case in point, our healthcare system, which is badly broken, overpriced. The lawyers are fighting the doctors are fighting the hospitals, and nobody can agree what to do about it. There are white and black opinions on all sides. The government stays out of it, or the government has to control it. The government can't stay out of it because otherwise everything else is for-profit corporation. For-profit is going to try to make profit as much as possible. Who's going to control it? Who's going to rule that? There's got to be some set of rules. In my view, the government has to assume some of that responsibility. On the other hand, the white as opposed to the black spectrum is we have to eliminate the fraud and the overspending, all of the waste on the other side. So therefore, my point to you today is, today I would like to see us somehow, before we hit the bottom, as we seem to be on the way to, I don't know what the bottom is, but I would like to see us get together as people and individually open ourselves to thinking, not the black, not the white, not to think, not to regurgitate what the guys on the right or on the left are telling us, but to open ourselves to the thinking from the other side, to see whether we can truly come up with an answer that would be based on real situations rather than someone else's conjectures, someone else's thoughts. I hope we can do it, because the alternative is not good. Mr. Toastmaster?